Today I'm going to be cooking 2 budget-friendly pasta dinners. We're talking rich and creamy homemade hamburger helper that is infinitely better than the box, and cheesy $1 million spaghetti that is fancy without the price tag. These are cheap dinner ideas, family meal preps, and easy pasta recipes all rolled into one video. So if you're trying to save money on groceries and still eat good, keep watching because we're about to throw down in this kitchen. We're gonna start with the homemade hamburger helper. Let's take a look at the ingredients. First things first, I'm going to brown up my meat. I'm using sausage because it's more flavorful than just plain old ground beef. But you can use whatever meat you want for this dish. You know, some days when I get off work, y'all, I'm so mentally exhausted. And on those days, I am so grateful for meals like this. Pasta is one of those ingredients that comes together so quickly. I had most of these ingredients already in my fridge and pantry, and you probably do too. But even if you don't, it'll run you about $10 to make this dish, depending on where you shop, what's already in your kitchen, and how prices are looking in your area. Still, once you make it, it's going to stretch for a couple of days. And if you portion it out and pop it in the freezer, that's a whole day or two where you don't have to cook at all. And child, we all love a night off from cooking. I've added my chopped onions and I'm going to cook them until they are translucent. You can also add garlic at this point. I left that out because I didn't want to overpower the dish. And now I'm adding 1 cup of crushed tomatoes. Now I was supposed to add some tomato paste to enhance the color, but since I didn't have any, I left that out. I'm going to give everything a good mix before I add all of the seasonings. As far as seasonings, I'm using 1 teaspoon of Creole seasoning, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 tablespoon of parsley, 1 teaspoon of chicken bouillon, and 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. I'm going to pour everything in and then give it a good mix. Now y'all, let's talk about why pasta is the real MVP when you are trying to save money. First of all, it's affordable. A box of pasta can cost under $2 to feed your whole family for several days. That's already a win in my book. Number 2 is also freezer friendly. You can make a big batch, freeze the rest, and have dinner ready to go on those busy nights. And number 3 is also customizable. Whatever meats, veggies, or cheeses you've already got on hand, throw them in there. So whether you're feeding a large family or just trying to make it to payday, this is one of those meals that will come through every time. Because we all know that grocery prices are already high and won't be going down anytime soon. So how we're gonna fight inflation is by shopping smarter. That means stocking up on sales items and cooking meals like these pasta dishes that will last for days. We'll also need to freeze leftovers and learn how to make simple meals at home that taste good and don't break the bank. We can't control the economy, but what we can control is what happens in our kitchen, and that's powerful. Times are tough, but so are we. I already added the heavy whipping cream, and now I'm just going to sprinkle some cheese on here and let it cook for about 20 minutes, stirring occasionally. Now I think the total cooking time was around 30 minutes on low because the elbow macaroni that I chose had those thick grooves and it took longer to completely soften. So now I'm just going to plate this up and we are going to dig in and see what this tastes like.
I just do like a little, oh god. And you said this is like a homemade hamburger helper?
It's homemade hamburger helper, so y'all like it.
Yeah,
and y'all want me to add it to the weekly meal?
Yes! This whole thing, I want to eat it today, tomorrow, in my sleep, before I wake, after I wake. I want this for a holiday. I'm literally ascending right now. I'm ascending. At Thanksgiving, I don't want to see nothing else but this.
It's like the macaroni and brisket thing, but without the crunchiness, which is what we usually would like out of the brisket. But
so it's like the perfect texture, perfect taste.
It's perfect taste, perfect texture. It's soft, it's cheesy, it's breezy. I love it.
it's soft and cheesy. Like, oh my god.
That's how pretty analysis it is. It's good. It can't be beat.
See, now had I known y'all were gonna like it, I would have doubled the recipe and cooked like 2 batches.
Oh yeah. Would have tore them up too.
So what you're saying is we need to make an extra batch right this second.
I think so.
I wholeheartedly concur.
Let's see, it's enough in here. I'm sure it'll be gone by tonight.
Oh, for me too, yeah.
I did not think y'all would like that.
You couldn't.
It's so good. I pray for days like this.
Mama said there'll be days like this. There'll be days like this, Mama said.
It's busting.
Gabby said she gonna try it too.
Yep.
Come on, Gabby, just taste a little tiny piece.
No.
I gotta put cheese on this mug.
She went right past it. Come on, Gabby. I'll give you $100 bill if you taste it. $100
$100 bill back.
in your bank account.
Let me see.
In your bank account, I'll give you $100. I'll transfer $100 to your account.
Can I get $100? I ate a piece of it.
I don't know about that.
I'm eating it willingly, but like like.
Where is that?
It's Hamburger Helper. It's just like Chef Don't Judge. Come on, Gabby, you can do it. $100, Gabby.
By the time I'm finished, there ain't gonna be nothing left. But I'll buy tomorrow, bro.
It's so good. Armand, I feel so bad for you, bro. You can't be eating any of this.
He's out here. I gotta go out of here too. Nah, cause
Big
it's
back
good.
attack.
10 out of freaking 10. Nah, I know we ain't got George Views in a long minute. This is gonna be the start of maybe more. Maybe we coming back. I mean, we coming back, but God dang, yeah, it's good. Well, I gotta go. Big Bag Attack, y'all. I hope y'all have a great day. God bless the day. God is good.
Next up is the $1 Million Spaghetti, and once you taste it, you'll know exactly why it's got that name. It's rich, it's cheesy, it's full of flavor, y'all, and it tastes delicious. Let's get right into the ingredients that I will be using for this recipe. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this recipe calls for a good number of ingredients, but don't let that scare you. If you saw my Season Like a Pro video, then I already know your spice cabinet is stocked and ready to go. We're not starting from scratch. We're building on what we already got. Since I'm not using chicken stock today, I'm seasoning my pasta with a tablespoon of chicken bouillon and a teaspoon of salt. Now listen, if you're watching your sodium intake, go ahead and skip this part. Do what works for your household. Once it's done, I drain the pasta and add a little olive oil to keep it from clumping up. Nobody wants a big sticky pile of noodles. Now let me tell you about this sausage. The original recipe didn't call for it, but I had some in the fridge and it was close to expiring. So I said nothing is going to waste in this house. Food costs way too much to be throwing anything away. So I tossed it in, and let me tell you, it took this dish to a whole new level. Let's go over the spice measurements. I'm using 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, 1 teaspoon of chicken bouillon, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of Creole seasoning, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of salt. I should have omitted the salt because that Creole seasoning was already salty. So I'll know for future reference, when I make this again, I will leave out that salt because it will be a little bit too salty adding Creole seasoning and salt together. So just a pro tip, leave that salt out if you don't want your spaghetti to be too salty. This is my first time trying this recipe, so it's all about trial and error. Now, have you heard of the $1 Million Spaghetti? To be honest, it's not fancy, but it tastes like you dropped a whole entire paycheck on it. Now, it didn't come from a 5-star restaurant or some big chef. It's one of those old school comfort meals born right in someone's kitchen, probably someone who knew how to make something out of nothing and still taste amazing. Now, they call it $1 Million because because it's rich, creamy, cheesy, and hearty, kind of like lasagna and baked spaghetti had a baby. And it blew up online a few years ago on Pinterest, TikTok, all of that. And everybody started adding their own twist to it. Some people use ground beef, some added sausage like me, some people didn't use any meat at all. But no matter how you make it, it's affordable, it beats a crowd, and it tastes like it's worth way more than what it costs. That's what I call budget luxury, okay? Okay, now this part had me a little skeptical. I mean, heavy whipping cream and pasta sauce. In my mind, those two don't even go together. But I decided to trust the process, and I'm glad I did. It brought everything together. So I've added some shredded mozzarella and Parmesan cheese to the cream. This is where everything starts to get real good, y'all. Now, the original recipe called for a tablespoon of Creole seasoning, but since my pasta sauce and meat were already seasoned just right, I dialed back because I knew that the pasta sauce was a little bit too salty because I added that salt and Creole seasoning. So I balanced it out with the heavy whipping cream. Just a pro tip, if you overdo it with salt, don't panic. There are ways to fix it. You can add heavy whipping cream, a squeeze of lemon juice, or even a spoonful of sugar to balance out anything that is too salty. Now, you don't add all of them together, you just pick one and add it. And if all else fails, toss in a few unseasoned cooked potatoes to absorb that extra salt. Cooking is all about tasting as you go and adjusting for your kitchen. Trust your taste buds, they know what they're doing. I like for my pasta to be very cheesy, so I'm sprinkling all of the Parmesan and mozzarella cheese on there, and then I'm going to place it in the oven at 400 degrees for about 10 to 15 minutes. You want to keep an eye on it because you don't want it to burn, because it will burn quickly. So now I'm just going to plate this up so that my family can give it a try. They will give their honest review on how this $1 million spaghetti tastes. I'm thinking about running outside and grabbing some basil out of my garden. Y'all, I got into some poison ivy last week and I'm still itching to this day. So I'm going to double up on gloves before I touch any of my herb scissors that I'll be using to cut the herbs. Y'all, it's a hot mess. I'm just trying to heal from coming in contact with that poison ivy. But yeah, I'm going to run outside, grab some basil, and top my $1 million spaghetti with the basil.
You're probably wondering one thing that is quite obvious to the human eye once you gaze one look. Jordan, why are you dressed up today? Well, you see, today my mother made what she is calling $1 million spaghetti. Check this out, $1 million spaghetti. So I had to dress up and look fancy with the top hat, with the gloves, Cause this about to be what I call, an exquisite meal. It looks kind of rich too. Can we get a good close up on that? I want to get like it looks delicious actually from a standpoint, I mean, I do love these spaghetti, and I do like the cheesiness of spaghetti, and from analysis-wise, it looks pretty good. Smell-wise, it also smells pretty good. It smells delicious from all angles. So, with all that being said, I guess there's nothing else to do it. I guess, do it but to do it. I got us to try it, so we're just gonna get a little bite here. Put your little baby on there. Okay, down the hatch it goes. Okay, hold on. I might need $1 million after I eat this. Hang on. Hold on. Let me get another bite. Hang on. Viewers, I'll be right with you. But just I feel like McRitchie Rich. That is some good freaking spaghetti. That is $1 million spaghetti. If I would, I could pay you $1 million, but I think I need the lottery for that. But yeah, in any case, I'll give it a solid 10 out of 10. You know what? Since it's to call it the $1 million spaghetti, I think it would just be right to give it, this is going to be a crazy drastic number jump. But $1 million out of 10, I got to do it. I got to do it to him. I got to. It's too good. I want to tell you, the texture, perfect. The freaking spaghetti, delicious. The meat, even better. Even better.
I had to bring.
Well, all I need to say, that's George's Reviews. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that, like, y'all already know what to do. But anyway, Big Mac Attack. I gotta go eat this. I'll catch y'all later.
See, it's so hot. Okay,
It's not that hot.
The parts that I can't eat, we're good.
All right, we got 2 thumbs up.
That's the other stuff you gave us. What was it called?
The homemade hamburger helper.
Yeah, it tastes like that, but different.
It's more cheesy.
Oh,
So
right.
I actually use Parmesan cheese on this.
Well, I love more cheese. So.
I do like me some
Which
Parmesan.
is that with more cheesy.
Yep, I did Parmesan and mozzarella.
We got any leftovers?
Yeah, it's a whole pan.
Oh yeah, let's leave.
So y'all gonna big back all night. And just like that, dinner is done. That homemade hamburger helper made right here at home without breaking the bank. It was very flavorful, very delicious. Y'all saw the boys' reaction to that hamburger helper. I was not expecting that. I didn't know if they were gonna like it or not. So that made my heart happy when they both loved it. Now, as y'all can see who my picky eater is, she was not having it at all. And that $1 million spaghetti, it speaks for itself. It was delicious as well. Now, if meals like these help take pressure off of your plate and out of your wallet, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe if you're not a part of the family, and hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I make these budget-friendly recipes. And hey, drop a comment down below to let me know which recipe is your favorite. And if you have a pasta dish recipe that is budget-friendly, drop it down in the comment section. Let me know. I'll have to give it a try. We're all trying to save money in this economy, y'all. We're cooking smarter, we're stretching these meals, and we're making it work together. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I pray that you all have an amazing and blessed day, week. Y'all take care, and I will see you in the next one. Talk to you later. Bye.